Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing good. We are day 4, and I hope you're learning some stuff in the last few days. Today, it's going to be shorter today. We're going to jump right in with the project. I already have my replace pin. Okay, I already have my paper background, and something I notice a lot of people will do a background and then either they like it, they don't. It's a nice abstract art, or the composition is a little off, and then you don't know what to do with it. And sometimes you can also turn it around. Um, what you can do, I'm going to show you some tips and trick of things that we can definitely play with. And let's just jump right in. So what I'm gonna do right now is just nice big leaf. I'm hesitant if I can go with the gold. This is an acrylic marker. Acrylic marker. It's gonna work very well. If I use a um, alcohol ink marker, it's gonna work too. It just need to be not too wet. So I'm guessing you need to test it first, because if the brand is very liquid and there's a lot on your paper, then it will reactivate the entire thing. So you don't want that. If you have Sharpie, you can use a Sharpie. Depending on what you want to do, I suggest maybe a smaller tip. Sharpies are alcohol base, alcohol base, water base. So that's just something to know. Anything acrylic is water base. So just so you know, doesn't always do what we want depending on the quantity and how wet. So you want to make sure you don't lift up your paint. I'm not sure you're gonna see well if I'll use a black, okay? A space black from Arteza. So you always shake those, you can hear them. And before you start, you press on them to activate it. Now, this is not the best thing. Just use my tissue box. There you go. Now I know that there's a lot of ink on the tip of my pen. Okay. I'm gonna go with some nice little flowers and some doodle on my paper just so you can see. Oh, wow. Okay, I need more. Now I have those markers for 2 years, and I feel like this is the kind of thing that dries kind of quickly. And now I definitely don't want that double line. So I'm gonna go kind of work on it. I'm just gonna keep this close by. When they are new, they flow a lot more. And this is just to show you little things you can do. Let me remove this so it's completely flat under. And you can always test your marker on another paper. Like I'm really sad about this now, and it's an acrylic marker, so it's gonna be really difficult to it's not like alcohol ink, you cannot just erase it. It dries quickly. So I'm gonna kind of melt that line into my design to make sure we don't see it. The thing is, it's acrylic, so don't forget. So you don't want to play too much, because sometimes it just lift the paint. So here, I love doing some doodling in my alcohol, especially when they are um like on a background like this. And there's so much you can do. Now, if you're good with the paintbrush, some people will do all this with a very thin brush and their acrylic paint, and it's gonna be beautiful too. I just don't have the steady end to make the brush work as nicely as a pen. So you go play like this and you can do a lot. Now I'm gonna change just to show you. I'm gonna use the Sharpie now. I'm gonna go right on top so you can see how it goes. Um, so there's a little more, I don't feel it flows as well right now, but maybe it's just also that my Sharpie is it's just harder on that section here on the gold. Don't hesitate to play with it. And okay, so now you saw the Sharpie, you saw the acrylic marker. Let's do an alcohol ink base marker. I'll go with, I want to show you, I got that brand Perfected a while ago. It was a pack of a color. And actually, I'm going to use the green to make it different. I use a nice green. And so I'll have one leaf a little different than the others. But this is an alcohol ink, just a very cheaper brand. And this is the Copic. So this is $7 for one. And this was at Ross. So yes, it's in US, but it was $4 for 12. So I just want to show you sometimes the quality of the product makes a huge difference, but sometimes for some stuff, it's okay. So let's do one leaf that is green. Now this is way too big. I'm gonna change my side. So with the alcohol marker, I do feel like it's a lot easier. It flows better. Um, and I'm gonna show you with the Copic. This is a black one. Okay, I think this one, the chisel is a little smaller, so I'll go. Oh yeah. But I really like this one to go like little fancy little lines. Now we have a big one. So my favorite up to now with all of this is my Copic. I just think it's important that you know that I'm sure you have a Sharpie at home. So if you just want to play with it, it's possible. If you have like, I got those, they're acrylic pen, but they were a lot cheaper. It was for my kids to draw on rocks and do some rock art. So I'm sure you have something at home if you don't want to buy right away and practice and have fun. So th those are all things that you can use. Okay, so my favorite is the Copic. Yes, it is the most expensive, of course. Okay, now something else I want to show you. I'm not gonna do on this one because this one I'll keep working on it. I feel it has some potential and make nicer leaf, a bigger one here and some smaller one here, and I think it can be very pretty. Okay, so here we need this. Something you could do also. Now, if you have a a white background, you can do it. If your background already have paint, you need to understand that if you use we're just gonna do some like leaf again, but with the palette knife. So if you use your palette knife to do your leaf, you need to know that on white, it's not gonna blend into your design. But if you do it here, there's a chance it's kind of gonna mix up because it's gonna reactivate it. So let's say I have my little flower in the middle. I have my, I'll just go for it. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just putting a lot of ink on my paper. I'm gonna dip the entire part in the ink, and I'm gonna apply a strength of apply pressure on the top, and then I'm gonna go with the middle and then lift again. And I have a lot of colors. Okay, so here, here. Oh, you cannot see. Oh yeah, you can see a little. Okay, here I lift too fast. I suggest that you practice before doing this. Well, well, like with anything. Here. Okay, not working. I'm so sorry about that. Now, I used a pointy one. I did some beautiful this morning. I practiced them again. It's always difficult for me to make them. So let's go press and lift. So this could be pretty. Say we have another one here and down. This one I like it. So you can make something really beautiful with nice leaf, and let's go on this side here. Up and down and up and oof. So there's really nice things you can do at that would really create a different style. And yeah, I'm gonna do one more here. Ooh, yes. And you can go back on part like this, join them. There you go. So you can play with the palette knife. It really creates a nice little effect on your paper. Okay, and last thing, if you use acrylic on your paint, you can go with direct acrylic. Just know that it will it if you try to cover alcohol ink with acrylic paint, often you'll see your alcohol ink transfer into your acrylic. So just be aware of that. So those are like blue. So when it dries, it is not impossible that you'll still see, like you won't see the blue. I have a hard time talking today. So there's a chance you don't see the blue as much as you would like. So I fill up my entire palette, and I'll just go on this side right now, just to give it some dimension, and put to the side. And I do have a video I made not long ago. I'll show to you what I've done. It might give you a better idea than this. I do like this style though. It's kind of odd and different. Don't dislike it. It's not perfect, but sometimes when we try to show something, it's Makes it difficult. Okay, where is it? Of course, it's going to be the last one I find. Okay, there it is. Okay, so that was last week or a week ago. I just did a background. Then I took my palette knife. Now I should rinse it. Um, and I just went to the side, used my palette knife to the side, and that was black acrylic paint. It was a thicker one. It was not those are a little more fluid if you're familiar with those. This one is a little thicker. So it just if you use the thicker one, it's a little you can see more texture. This one you don't see it as much. And yeah, and this was just alcohol ink gold that I put there and it gave that. Um, I have to be honest, I don't work often with the acrylic. There's potential there, but it's not something I'm extremely comfortable. So maybe, yeah. Like I'm looking at this right now and I don't really like it, but as a practice, I think I hope it can gives you ideas on what can be done. And now I definitely want to work on this because I do see something pretty in there. Um, okay. Now, how do we photograph our artwork? Is there a question? I don't see any question, but if you do have any that comes up, please write to me. I know we're a small group, but don't be shy. Okay, so how to prepare our artwork for photography. The first thing is do not varnish right away. The first step is to have it as it is, so there is less glare. If you varnish it, it might be more difficult to capture everything. And I do know with alcohol ink, with all the gold, it's really, really difficult to go and capture those beautiful gold. But I'll try to do my best to show you how I capture the most and how I go on my computer and change whatever needs to be changed to um, to make it pop a little more. Okay, so prepare your artwork. Just make sure it's no dust on it, and you have no varnish. If you have varnish, it's better to have a picture with varnish than no picture at all. Um, Flatten it on paper. Okay, I don't flat it on paper. I've put tape right there. So I'm gonna just go and show you. I will just put it right here. I make sure it's flat though, okay? It's not on paper, but okay. So it just need to be flat. So if you do have a corner that lift up, you want it to be something that fell. Okay, just making sure it was not open alcohol ink. Um, that all corners are flat. If not, I just use some blue tape, painter tape, something like that. And that's what I use. I have my tripod and I have my natural light. So natural light, super important. All the light here are on right now. I have one there and I have one over my work table. I just leave it like this, but I push my curtain to have as much of that um, diffuse light coming in. Now, I can use my phone. I can use my phone or I can use a professional camera. The only difference is the size of the print. So if you are posting, as if it's for social media or um, just for yourself. I mean, you use your phone. Phones are really amazing those days. And I'd say like a 16 by 20. So 8 centimeters is about 40 centimeters by 50, let's say. It's one of the standard size um in North America. But I'm pretty sure I saw that when I lived in Netherlands, so it's not a unusual size. And with that size, it makes a nice print, even if you go with your phone. Now, your phone setting, you in the setting of the iPhone, you have a place where you can choose to have high definition, HD. This means your picture will take a lot of space on your phone. So go change it after, especially if you have kids and you take a million pictures a day. Or just whatever your life is, but you get my point. Um, Use indirect light. Boop. Avoid direct sunlight. So if you're outside and you want to take your picture outside, the best is a covered sky with clouds. This will create the best diffuse light. Um, but I suggest if it's very sunny, today it's a diffuse, but I mean, if it's very sunny, you don't want an harsh sun on it. Morning, evening sun, if you're outside, are better. Um, lay flat. Okay, your phone. Now I'm gonna remove this one so I can show you. Okay, so now I have my phone. Go in picture. So for my iPhone, when it's just for me and for social media, I have a professional camera that I use for my print. So normally my phone, this is an iPhone. I use it for specifically for my social media. So I do put on portrait, and here I have a studio mode. I realized then by a studio light that by doing that, I have less balance of the white and things like that to do. I still have, but less. So what I do next is I come here and I'm not gonna do the entire setting. You get my point, but you want it stable and in straight line with your artwork. You don't want to be at an angle like this and pose like this or like this. You really want to have the square. The best trick is just to see to make it like to look at the top of your screen and the top of your art and make it together, and then you look at one side. So try to adjust. You'll see that it's not even if you like, you might have to tilt a little bit, but it's very gentle. You put a timer on and you just let it take a picture by itself. For Android, I do have on my paper some tips. I do not have Android, so I'm sorry. But it says to set it in Pro mode, ISO 100 to 200, um, and white balance to daylight or to auto. So that's for Android. Edit your photo. We're gonna switch the screen right now. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Um, Now I'm gonna share, and let's go right here. So if you have an iPhone, um, this is what, let me, that's a picture that I had from before that I took in the other direction. Now I'm just gonna put back my phone
Recording in progress.
so I can see what's happening, what you guys see properly. Okay, from there. So what I want to first do is to, well, I can see all the, okay, so I have this, let's go to edit. Then we have this little corner. Right there, okay. You just press on it and you turn your picture until it faces the right direction. Then you want, where is my adjust? Just trying to push. Okay. We want the crop. Crop right here. First, I'm gonna put it straight in. So you can see here, when I straight, I'm gonna adjust it and I want to put it straight with the line. Then I'm gonna go to a ratio of 8:5, which is a 8:10. So it's gonna stay in that shape. Oh, wait, I'm not in the right direction. Um, I want the opposite. I want 5. Oh, here it is. So here, I'm gonna center my flowers. Okay, now for the colors. We're gonna go remove that crop, done. Oops, I went too fast. Okay, so we're back here. We want to do a white balance. So I'm gonna click here, but it didn't show up as much as I would like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go start and play with the light. I want my white to be very white. Sometimes you can just come here. This is the white point, but it depends, okay? Like with alcohol ink, sometimes you do it and then it's too much. But if it's what you want, it can be a beautiful also. But to me, this is a little too much. So I'm just gonna go back one step. Um, so I moved my light a little bit. Color is good. Level. If you are, we're good with that. If you do any, no, sorry. I mixed up two things. Okay. Saturation, luminance, range. You can play with that. Definitely not. Okay, no. It will adjust now here. I like this right now. So when you use white paper, if it's for print, I'd say you definitely, so I'm just showing you when you go here, you can see the first version. So the paper is a lot whiter, and it's a lot better like this. So I just wanted to show you. Now compared to this, it is very dark, but for social media, it's a good, it's good. Now let me check my notes. Varnish. Um, okay, one more thing about photography. This was the very basic of editing. I just want to balance my white and make sure my background is not either yellow or blue. Mostly when you do picture, it's gonna end up being yellowish. It's so you just that little line of the warm and the cold color, not warm and cold. Yeah, warm and cold. You want to definitely try to play with that to make sure your white is white. Um, this being said, I use Pixelmator Pro. Um, and I use a technique where I mask my flowers and I change my background completely for print. So like this, I have the exact color that I want at any time. And my flowers are still beautiful. It's a little more work. I do not have a video on that because I don't feel I'm professional enough, and it always take me hours of my time to do that part. There's some parts that are a little harder, but this is something for social media. This is perfect for your website. Yeah, you don't want too big resolution, so it can be good for your website. For print, it really depends because yeah, sometimes it will end up being the white will be perfect and you just love it as it is with just the phone picture. And sometimes there's still some adjustment that needs to be done. So in those time, you might not want to sell it this way, but yeah. When you don't have a white background, it's a little easier actually. You just need to make sure that the colors are accurate to your original or your print because especially if you sell your art, you want that what people see is what they get. Um, and that can be tricky. Always write on your website that color variation happens depending on the screen people use and stuff. Okay, so save in high resolution, but I'd say also save a very low resolution. I've seen a lot of stealing online, and you don't want that to happen to you. Um, Rename your file with the title of your title of your art, the medium, the size, and the year. And this is just a good practice because when you will submit to gallery and stuff, they ask you to submit your art in that way. Varnish. I know I've talked to that about that either yesterday, the day before. I'll just do a quick recap on that. I use Camara varnish when I paint. So it comes like this. It comes with little bottles like this and one like this. And you need to mix it. So you use, I think it's like, end up being like 5 ml of your varnish and the rest only isopropyl alcohol. And you mix it, and that's what you use. So in my bottle that I use all the time for my drawing, my isopropyl does have a little bit of varnish in it. So when I'm done, if I pass my finger, it doesn't go everywhere, which is amazing. And when I say go everywhere, it's more like it will mark. Let's say you take it, sometimes will leave your fingerprint or it you scratch and then you have a line. And it's normally not what we want. So, and once this is done, now I know like I have a lot here that I just need to go varnish, not this one. I don't like it in, but like I have a lot of artwork that are ready for varnish and they're just waiting in my little shelf right here to be varnished. But I know they're safe until I'm ready because I do batch work. And then you always use a non-UV first. Okay, I know there's a lot of brand out there. I use a Camar varnish, but there's other brand that are as good. And this one is not a UV, so it does not contain like alcohol in it. It's not going to reactivate your artwork. This one has UV, so I use it second. Very thin layers. No big layer and do only two, just go thin, take your time. I say that because I'm the one who I really dislike varnishing. This is my least favorite thing ever. So um of art, not in life. Okay. Is there anything else? Wear a mask when you varnish, especially with spray. You have one, take it, use it, and do it outside. Do not varnish inside, especially for spray. With the Kamenskaya, you can, it goes inside and it's not gonna do anything. But with definitely big no-no to do that inside. Like you're gonna, yeah, not good. Okay, so we're already done for today. And if you have questions, you send them to me. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Q&A. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.